Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a different episode. I've not done one of these for so long. We're doing a tier list, guys, a Minecraft tier list on the enchantments. Now, what are enchantments? Well, they are certain abilities that can be put onto tools and armor to make them better in the game. For example, protection reduces damage from mobs. Yeah, you know what I mean. Enchantments are a very big part of the game. They're the whole reason why God Armor exists, which is basically just heavy enchanted stuff. Sharpness is a really good enchant as it does more damage. You've got stuff that pushes back, sets fire to stuff, XP, mends your stuff, all that stuff. Enchantments are one of the key aspects of Minecraft, which is why we're going to rank them all here. Now, I think this is all of them. I'm using a website called tiermaker.com. I'll probably use this for now on, if I can find the topic I'm trying to do, but for now, here we are. So, shall we begin with the first one? Unbreaking. Unbreaking is a very, very good enchantment. Unbreaking increases... Well, does it increase? Basically, it's going to take a lot longer for your armor or tools to break. Let's put it like that. I think it's like a chance thing of when it takes damage. It's actually a really good enchant. It's OP, I think. Um, is it OP? Yeah, kind of. I think it's a good enchantment to have in the game though, because say you're like fighting like the warden, which is a very powerful mob that does a lot of damage. Your armor's getting wrecked pretty quickly, and it can be a bit annoying to just make new armor. So I think unbreaking sort of helps that. Added which with mending, which we'll get onto later, and why that's possibly the best enchant in the game. I'm playing on the world right now. Nothing new's happened. But yeah, anyway, I think Unbreaking is a great enchantment, and I'm just going to put it straight in S tier, to be completely honest. I think it's one of the best in the game. Yeah, just so many uses. You can pretty much put this on everything. Which just makes it so reliable. Well, it don't make it reliable. It just makes it so versatile, and it's not the hardest enchantment to get. I get this quite a lot from the enchantment table. So yeah, that is Unbreaking. Next we have Protection. This is the best protection in the entire game, and I'll tell you why. Because it's basically every other protection just packed into one enchantment. Let me just get through like all of these protections first, because the protections can all be said in one go. You see, the thing is with separate protections, they don't protect you from anything else, just what they're called. I'll just rank these now. Fire protection, I think, is C. I think it's probably one of the better ones out of them, or actually no, I think D. It's okay, definitely a great enchantment from the Nether, but that's about it. Blast protection, I think, is probably the best one. If you're fighting like the river, very good against the river actually. And then I think projectile protection is just kind of on the same level. Now, protection, on the other hand, normal protection is up in S tier, because it's pretty much all of these and some other stuff just from normal impact packed into one enchantment, which just makes it so much better than the other three. Yeah, it's really powerful. I think this is really OP. I think the amount of protection this gives you is insane. Like, a guy in full diamond armor with protection 4 is a hard nut to crack. And that's not even going to Netherite level. And even with that, they might have thorns. They probably got mending and unbreaking, because that's like the god armor. And my goodness, is it hard to kill someone with protection 4 on? I think protection 4 is just easily one of the most OP aspects of Minecraft, and I could see this getting a nerf, but I'm not going to say anything about that. So Mojang, don't do anything, please. I mean, it's a very good enchant, I think. I think it's really good, but I do see why it is a bit OP. Moving on, we have power, which is pretty much just sharpness, but for the bow. This one is pretty good. Really good. Bows are a really good weapon in Minecraft. I think they're one of the best weapons in the game. Might be the best long range, to be honest. Crossbows are alright, but I much prefer them for close range, with multi-shot, to deal with more enemies at once. I just wish you could put power on the crossbow. Oh, it'd be amazing if you could do that. Which I think they should. But yeah, power is pretty good. Power 5 on a bow is ridiculous. It does so much damage. More than a sharpness 5 netherite sword. Easily. Whereas the other powers are good. Power 4 is good. Power 3 is alright. And then power 2 and 1 is not that great. But that's because they're low. I think I'm going to put this in... Does it deserve the S? Yeah, it does. Of course it deserves the S. Piercing is up next. This is for the crossbow. This one is... I have mixed feelings on this one. I have tried piercing out before. It can be really good with hordes. But I much prefer... I much prefer multi-shot as an enchantment over this. Because it's more spread. And I think that multi-shot is probably one of the best enchantments for the Ender Dragon. I think it's really overlooked. Because the Ender Dragon is a creature that, especially for, players that haven't played the game as much, their aiming's probably not the best. Which is why I think multi-shot is good, because it shoots 3 arrows, and with how the Ender Dragon flies around, and where you shoot at him, normally, one always at least hits him. I figured that out on the World of Banter, and I think it's great. I think it's a really good enchantment multi-shot, and I'll get to that soon. But piercing, it's not good when there's just 1 or 2 guys. I think if there's 4 guys, then it makes sense, but other than that, it just feels like multi-shot, but just in a straight line, which, yeah. Piercing, I'm going to give it C tier. It's not bad. It's not the worst. Actually, I'm relegated today. It's not the worst thing in the game. It's okay. You're not gonna, You're not gonna, die horribly if you use this. It's just... it's kind of... It's a weird enchantment. Multi-shot, however, I think is great. Like I just mentioned with the Ender Dragon, I think this is really good for the Ender Dragon. I also think this is, really good for, hordes, zombies, or pillagers in a raid. Because, if you're unlucky, then you'll come across pillagers in a raid, and, they'll all be packed in one area. Especially with, Ravengers and stuff like that, and Vindicators. This is really good. Especially, with Quick Charge. Quick Charge makes multi-shot so good. Which is, I just think multi-shot is very underrated. People don't seem to talk about it much, but I think this is probably the best, maybe, for the crossbow. Maybe Quick Charge is a bit superior, to be honest, but I still think this is a really good enchantment. It's not, unbreaking or protection level, but it's still good. I'm gonna give it... I'm gonna give it an A. I think it's good. Looting. I think this is S tier. Because, oh my goodness, this enchantment is so useful. You know how getting ender pearls from an enderman is like really annoying? With looting, it's just so easy. It just, amazing enchantment. Getting emeralds from a raid is already good by itself. With looting, it's a godsend. Why is this so good? Well, it just gives you more. It just gives you more stuff when you kill something. So you're going to get more resources from this. You're going to get more food from animals. You're going to get more leather. You're going to get more of this, more in the pearls, more of that. Just more of everything. And it's great. Especially looting free. That one is too good. This is fully sword, which is good. Swords are good. I mean, this is Bedrock we're talking, not Java. Otherwise, I'd be saying differently. But yeah, I think looting is just one of the best enchantments in the game, and that's why it's in S tier. Loyalty is up next, and I think this is pretty good, especially for what weapon it is, the trident, where you throw it and you'll be lucky if you get it back. So loyalty makes the trident really good. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much like one of the most key aspects of like the trident. If you're getting a trident and you want to enchant it, you have to put loyalty on it, or Riptide. But yeah, loyalty just makes the trident actually reliable. It makes it worth using, and I think all in all, it's just a decent enchantment. I'm gonna put it in B. I can't really put it higher than that because, like, you know, tridents aren't like the best weapon in the game because they don't have like sharpness. So yeah, but they're a good enchantment. Look of the Sea. I believe this is the look from fishing. To be honest, fishing is a really weird mechanic in Minecraft. I feel like with Look of the Sea, I feel like I don't really get that much of a difference. I mean, maybe I do and I just don't notice it. But to be honest, I don't feel like I get much of a difference. I mean, maybe you do. Like, sometimes I get some really good bows from fishing, but I'd much rather get better bows from, like, killing skeletons or doing pillager raids, because, you know, you get, like, power 5 bows and power 5 power 5 books, you don't actually get bows. But you get power 5 books, and that's just, like, so much easier. I'm going to put this in C. I think, like, it definitely can help. But I just don't notice it. Ooh. Oh, shoot. Go away, blue text thing. Leave punch alone. So yeah, lure. This basically increases the chances and makes it faster to hook up fish. I think this is good. I think it just makes the whole fishing process just less tedious. And yeah, that's kind of it, really. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put in the same with Look at the Sea. It makes it faster, but it doesn't actually like improve his chances of getting something. Mending, the best enchantment in the game, easily. You know how XP, you know how you get that from killing pretty much anything? Imagine if that healed your stuff and healed it in rapid efficiency. Well, you have mending. I don't know why, but this enchantment is the most OP in the game. What's that? Your armor's about to break? Just kill a few zombies. Oh, your armor's fully durability now. Oh, great. Thanks. Didn't take that long. Yeah, mending is a god. Mending is like the freaking god of enchantments. I don't know why, it's so good. I mean, I know why, but like, you know. Mending is great. Thorns. Now, most people seem to think of this as a good enchantment. I think it has its uses, but my goodness, does this damage your armor so much? Like, even with mending, I find it really hard to repair my armor when it's got thorns on. it must add like loads of durability to it, but not at the same time. It must like lower the chances or lower the amount of durability added back when mending is used. I swear it does. It just takes forever, and that's why I just don't use thorns anymore because it's just tedious. I don't really get it on the enchantment table much anyway, so it's like, I mean, this can be pretty useful in like PvP. This is a godsend in PvP, and yeah, it's a weird enchantment for me. Personally, I'm gonna put it in B, but I think you could put it in A, and not quite S, to be honest. Knockback. So this is for the sword. This is where you hit something and they're pushed back, and this enchantment can save your life. If you're in like a sword fight and you're about to die, and you push someone back with that, especially like knockback 2, then they're going flying. Mate, you can send creatures absolutely flying through the air with knockback 2. And it can be really helpful. It can be a bit annoying if you're like trying to kill something though, and they're just always flying to the other side of the bloody planet whenever you hit them. Yeah, that's annoying, but it's more helpful. So I'm gonna put this in B. It's not OP or anything, but it just helps. Impaling. So this is for the trident. I believe this increases the damage of the trident when you're in water or it's raining, I believe. So kind of like sharpness, but only when you're in the water. This is okay. I've not really used this too much. I can't really say much in this because this is one of the enchantments I don't really know much about. But from what I gathered, what I just said is what it does. And I can see it being pretty good with like Riptide. But other than that, I don't really like it. Because it's only water. Like, in the Nether, this thing is useless. I mean, so is Riptide, but like, you've still got the loyalty trident, you know? So, I'm gonna put this in... I'm putting B. Like, it's useful, but it's also not. Fortune, that can go in S tier. Fortune basically increases the amount of resources you get from mining. Now, this is just for the pickaxe. This also works for the axe, the shovel, and I think the hoe. Pretty much for the shovel, an example of what Fortune does on the shovel increases the chances of getting flint from gravel. That's one example I know. I don't know any others. I'm sorry. For the axe, I'm not too sure what it does for the axe. Maybe the amount of wood you get from I don't know if it works like that. I'll have to... I'll research that now, actually, because it's worth me telling you, isn't it? Forge. Increases the number of items dropped from blocks that drop items when harvested. Oh wow, it does increase the amount of wood blocks you get. Oh wow. So it's good for the axe then. And then for the pickaxe, it's like ores, like diamonds and iron sort of thing. So Fortune has its really, really good uses. It's very versatile, which makes it really good. This is great for diamonds, by the way, in late game. Especially in the 1.20 update, where diamonds have basically become like... Oh, a pillager patrol just walked up to my door and just left. Not in real life, but in Minecraft. I'm going to just deal with them. And while I deal with them, I'll keep on talking about Fortune. So yeah, it's very versatile, that enchantment. You can use it for a lot of different things, and it can, like, really help with late game stuff and building, especially. Yeah. This is good for the, this is good for diamonds, especially in 1.20 where, like, diamonds are so much more useful now and you need them a lot more. Fortune is a godsend. It has helped me so much in the 1.20 S&P. Probably my favourite enchantment in that one so far, to be completely honest, other than Riptide, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that's Fortune, that's really good. And next frick me. Next we have the illegal drug, also known as Frostwalker. You know, it's kind of bad that one of my teachers is called Mr. Frost. And I'm not a particularly big fan of him. So it only makes sense that Frostwalker is the worst enchantment in the game. Ha ha! I hate Frostwalkers so much. This enchant is just unbearable to work with. I mean, you can't even really do water bucket MLGs in this thing, can you? I think you can, but, you know what I mean? If you're trying to land in, like, some water, if you're falling from a high place, oh no, it turned to ice! Oh no! Oh no! Anyway, I died and lost all my stuff. How wonderful. Oh, what's that? I can walk across the ocean with ice? Oh, brilliant. It's almost like Riptide's a thing and it's much better. Yeah, Frostwalker sucks ass. Only makes sense it's in F then. F for Frostwalker. And, oh my goodness. The amount of times I've been in the water and someone's walked over me with Frostwalker and trapped me in the water. It is so annoying to deal with. And when I've been using Riptide and Headwater just walked on like with Frostwalker and just cuts me off completely. Dude, this enchantment sucks. I hate you, Frostwalker. I hate you. Anyway, next is Infinity. This is an interesting enchantment. This basically gives you infinite ammo for the bow. As OP as this is, one thing that makes this enchantment kind of bad is that you can't have mending with this. And I think I would rather pick mending over infinite ammo, because you can pretty much get infinite ammo from a Fletcher. So you don't really need this enchantment, although it's decent there, so I'm going to put it in B. Can be OP sometimes, to be completely honest. Next is Flame. This is basically Fire Respect for the sword. Oh wait, Fire Respect's next. My voice is starting to die. So yeah, Flame, I think is pretty good on the bow. Now the bow already does a lot of damage, so we don't really add too much to it. I think fire adds more to the sword than the bow, but it's still good to have on the bow just to finish them off. So I'm gonna put this in B, and I'm gonna put Fire Respect in B as well. It's basically just the same. It's just nice to finish off enemies with. Can help you sometimes. Feather Falling, S tier. Especially when, for some reason, gaming seems to be obsessed with fall damage. This enchantment is an absolute godsend. This is, like, my favourite enchantment for, like, armour and stuff. Pretty much because it negates fall damage. Well, reduces the amount of fall damage taken. And for a guy like me, who's always falling off of every single thing and dying to fall damage, being attacked by Carnos, then dying to fall damage, getting off a mount in Arc, and falling and dying to fall damage, or just existing and dying to fall damage, this enchantment is my Lord and Saviour. Anyway, next is Soul Speed. This one kind of sucks. However, I'm not going to put it in F. I'm instead going to put it in D. Pretty much just because in the Nether, in the Soul Sand Valleys, this is, like, really good. But other than that, this enchantment sucks and should not be put on your boots. I mean, you can put it on your boots, but it doesn't really add much. Sweeping Edge. Now, this is a Java-only book, and I have tried this. It's good. It's good. It's like in Java, swords have like this swipe that the Bedrock swords don't, and the swipe basically does tiny bits of damage to other nearby mobs. I think Sweeping Edge improves that damage. So I'm going to put this in A, because I've used this in Java before, and I think it's really good. Efficiency. Very good enchantment. Putting it in S tier. This pretty much makes mining just so easy. Especially through, like, Netherrack. With a 55 pickaxe, diamond, through Netherrack. Oh, so easy. And I just think this is a really good enchantment. What more can I really say? Channeling is up next. Haha, thunder. I'm gonna put this in B, because it's only good in thunderstorms. But when it is, you can do so much with this. You can do some decapitation with this, with the charge creeper. This is like the best way of getting a charge creeper, or just getting any like special mob that needs thunder to strike it, lightning. But yeah, I think it's a good enchantment. Curse of Binding and Curse Can Vanishing can frick right off. Depth Strider. I believe this allows you to walk faster underwater. Okay. It's not really needed much, to be honest. It's actually quite bad, but I don't mind having them on boots. It kind of just helps now and there, so I'm going to put it in C. Don't really help a lot, but it's just an enchantment to have, I guess. Bane of Arthropods. F tier. Do I really need to explain why? It's a sharpness that only applies to like 3 or 4 mobs in the game. There, that's it. Aqua Affinity, sorry. What does this do again? You know, for the life of me, I cannot remember what this does. I'm gonna look it up. Also, I've just noticed that Respiration is missing on the list. I'll talk about that in a minute. Aqua Affinity is Minecraft's solution to counter the mining penalty underwater. Oh, so it allows you to mine quicker underwater. Okay. It's alright. It's only 1 though, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. But it can be quite helpful, so I'm gonna put it in C. Smite. You know, out of all the like random enchantments that are like only good for 1 thing, this is probably the best out of all of them, to be completely honest, because there's actually quite a few undead mobs in the game. This is probably the best sharpness against the Wither, because the Wither's undead and it takes so much damage from Smite, which allows me to put it in C, but it's not saying much, to be honest. Silk Touch. I'm going to put this in A. It's not, like, amazing, but it's just nice to be able to, like, Silk Touch blocks and just get them in their original form instead of, like, making them something else. It's just quite helpful for building, mostly, but, hey, it's pretty good. You can also get some stuff. You can get a lot of, like, cool items from this as well, so it's pretty good, actually. Sharpness. S tier. Makes your sword do, like, a billion damage. It's really good. When you quit with like sharpness 5, you pretty much one-shot most things in the game with it, so really good, really useful. Punch. Punch. Basically knockback for the bow. I'm gonna put this in the same tier. Quick charge. Quick charge is pretty good, actually. I like quick charge. Crossbows by themselves, I think, are quite annoying to load up. So having something that makes that faster, just so much better, isn't it? So I'm going to put this in B tier. And last, but certainly not least, oh wait, Respiration. Yeah, Respiration can go in S tier, allows you to breathe underwater quicker. Respiration's S tier. Did I not talk about Respiration? No, it's not on here. I don't think Swift Sneak is on here either. I'm going to give that an A. I think it's alright. It is a decent enchantment. It's not bad, is it? I don't think there's any other missing enchantment on here I can think of or care about. Anyway. Riptide. My favourite enchantment in the entirety of Minecraft. This is just the most fun enchantment in the game. Just being able to dip yourself in some water and go absolutely flying is just one of the best things to do in Minecraft. It's so therapeutic. You know when you just need a moment to yourself? Mate, just riptide like several feet into the air when it's raining. It's easy. Also, can I just say, this enchantment with Elytra is stupid. It's disgustingly good. You go flying. You will go to the other side of the world. You could be in England with Riptide, and you can get to Australia, going past America, that is, and get there in about 2 seconds. It's that fast. But yeah, I think Riptide is S tier, and I think that's where I'm going to call this episode. This has been the Minecraft Enchantments tier list. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.